Hi, welcome. Thanks for joining me. On this episode of Build Your Own, we're going to do a configurations review of the 2020 Resvani Beast, as well as learn about the features. Before we do, however, I just want to remind you that if you find this review helpful, informative, or entertaining, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. The Resvani Beast is an ultra-high performance car for track enthusiasts. Over the last few years, there have been several different versions of the Beast. Aerodynamics and power-to-weight ratio are strong points of the Resvani Beast. Founded in 2014 and based in Santa Ana, California, Resvani Motors is the newest company to enter the boutique supercar market with the lightweight Resvani Beast. It's essentially an Ariel Atom or Lotus Elise wearing different clothes. The Beast joins the Tank, Tank X, and Tank Military Edition in Resvani's lineup. The Resvani Beast product line has undergone many reiterations, and the base model has spawned 4 different models, including the Alpha, which is essentially a hardtop version of the original Beast. No matter which you choose, each of them come with supercar-worthy specs. So let's take a deeper dive on each model. There are actually 3. We have the Beast, we have the Beast Alpha, and we have the Beast Alpha Blackbird. They did make another version. That version is no longer offered, as we can see here. So let's take a deep dive and find out a little bit more about each of the models, and then we'll go from there. The 2020 Resvani Beast, which has a starting price of $279,000, it comes with a supercharged version of Honda's 2.4-liter K24 racing engine. With dual camshafts and an intercooler, this engine produces 500 horsepower. We can see that it also has a full carbon fiber body, and it weighs just 1,650 pounds. Since the Resvani Beast is a featherweight roadster with an all-carbon fiber body weighing just 1,650 pounds, the power-to-weight ratio is nearly 670 horsepower per ton. If you're keeping score, it means the 500 horsepower Beast has a better power-to-weight ratio than a Bugatti Veyron, Porsche 918 Spider, and even a McLaren P1. According to Resvani, the Beast is one of the most responsive and best handling cars in the world, and that's a bold claim. However, the Resvani Beast has no problem getting up to speed quickly. It benefits from advanced aerodynamics, including air tunnels within the doors and a rear diffuser to increase downforce. The Resvani Beast Alpha pairs extreme performance with stunning design and innovative Sidewinder doors. The Resvani Beast Alpha makes 400 horsepower and has a starting MSRP of $229,000. And as we can see here, it is quite gorgeous. There's those unique Sidewinder doors. You've got very much a racing instrument cluster as well, as we can see here. Here's a better shot of those Sidewinder doors up here in the top right. The interior, while sparse, is very business. Certainly looks like a race car inside. Okay, and then there's the Resvani Beast Alpha Blackbird, and it's the one to get if you want extreme performance, and it has a price tag to match. This vehicle costs $325,000. Yep, you're right. The Resvani Beast Alpha Blackbird. Yeah, $325,000. This car is only available in black, and you'll need to have a word with Resvani if you want a yellow, red, or orange Blackbird. Even though the Alpha Blackbird is around $100,000 more than a Beast Alpha, you get a 2.5-liter Cosworth 4-cylinder engine with 700 horsepower. The car has a 6-speed manual gearbox, but Resvani is offering it with an optional 6-speed automatic with paddle shifters for $15,000 additional. They say the name of this vehicle was inspired by, well, they tell us up here, the Lockheed SR-71 Blackbird. Where the original Beast is a bare bones track monster, the Beast Alpha Blackbird is similar to a Porsche 911 or Audi R8 with standard features like air conditioning, power windows, and an infotainment system with Apple CarPlay. The Blackbird is a beast you can drive every day. Okay, let's jump into this features and configurations review of the Rezvani Beast. Note that I didn't say build in price. Why? Because, well, you can't actually do a build in price. They don't have a car configurator for either of these models. Now, I did just do the Rezvani tank. And the Rezvani tank, they did have a car configurator. You could do a build in price. So if you're interested in that video, you know what? I've already put a link to that video in the description below. Along with that video, I've also put some links to some other videos that I feel the Rezvani Beast, other cars I've done build and price reviews of that compete with the Rezvani Beast. Like, well, I mentioned the Audi R8. I did a build and price. I mentioned a Porsche 911. I did the GT2 RS with the Weissach package. I did a Ferrari 812 a Ferrari 812 Superfast, the AMG GT Coupe, Corvette ZR1. I put all those links in the description below, so make sure you check out some of my other videos after you watch this video. So what we're going to do here is, well, we're just going to kind of go look at each individual page of, well, like I said, here's the Beast. Here's the Beast Alpha in the upper right-hand corner, the red one. And then we have the Beast Alpha. Whoops, I didn't really mean to click that. Then we actually have the Beast Alpha Blackbird. So there are 3 configurations of the Beast. And so what we're going to do is just quickly take a look at each of the individual pages. So let's start with the Beast. It's pretty sexy. It's a really, really sexy roadster. I don't even know if they offer a hardtop thing for this car. It doesn't even look like it comes with a hardtop, seeing that there's no kind of, the top of the glass up there is just pure glass. Doesn't look like anything would latch to that. So like I was saying, it's got 500 horsepower. The original Beast, it does 0 to 60 in 3.2 seconds, weighs 1,650 pounds. It's light, carbon fiber body. It starts at $279,000. Here they show it out on the track. Kind of looks like the Mach 1 from Speed Racer a little bit. Here they're talking about the key features. So, yep, it's got a powerful 2.4-liter Honda racing engine. Makes 500 horsepower. Does 0 to 60 in 2.7 seconds. Yep, like I was saying in the intro, all of them have a race-inspired instrument cluster. Programmable dash displays, critical information, shift lights, shift points are programmed to tell the driver when to shift, and all of that there. That's pretty cool. There's also purpose-built seats, ergonomically designed seats, with the right amount of padding. You can get optional carbon fiber fitments, and all of that there. There's the close ratio 6-speed manual transmission. And there's also high-intensity LED headlights. They say that they're utilizing the latest in lighting technology. Oh, very cool. Uniquely positioned dual exhaust tips provide a muscular and exhilarating exhaust note. You know, what car was that? Was that the Porsche Carrera GT? I think it was the Porsche Carrera GT that had exhausts that exited like this. Let's take a look at that. Okay, so here's a picture of a Porsche Carrera GT, and as we can see, no, not quite, not quite. I think there are some supercars that do have their exhaust exiting up high like this. Do I know any off the top of my head? I don't. If you do, please leave a comment in the description below. Okay, moving on. So carbon fiber construction. So the Rezvani Beast has, as we know, full carbon fiber body. Construction allows the Beast to be the one of the lightest sports cars, and power to weight ratio does matter. 500 horsepower, yeah, nope. In today's times, 500 horsepower isn't the end of the world. It's not. It's a lot, but it's not a ton. But because the vehicle only weighs 1,650 pounds, 500 horsepower gets super sporty. Then, of course, they talk about how they have all these aerodynamics, right? And we can see here all the built-in aero that's going on the Rezvani Beast. So high pressure air exits. They're really controlling the airflow in, above, under, and around this vehicle. Oh, and here's some detailed specifications. 0 to 60, 2.9 seconds. Yeah, Rezvani Cosworth engine, 6-speed manual gearbox. The vehicle is only 165 inches long, 80 inches wide, and the wheelbase is 92 inches. They tell you that you get a 2-year unlimited mile warranty. Okay, so that was the Beast. Now let's take a look at the Beast Alpha. Take a look at the Beast Alpha. Looks to be basically the same thing, but it's a hardtop. Look how the side mirrors are very unique in their design. They almost look kind of like an arm comes out and they're strung out upside down. It looks very cool one way or the other. So they've got some discrepancies on this Beast Alpha page, however. They say that it makes 400 horsepower right here, and we know that's what I told you in the intro. It does 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds. This one weighs a little bit more, right? It weighs 500 pounds more. It's 2,150 pounds, $229,000, right? We'll take a look at the Oh, you know what? We didn't take a look at the other gallery, but we will in a second. Let's do the galleries all at the end. So they're coming down here. We take a look. They're showing this guy. He's all business professional, blah, 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 whatever. But then down here, they tell us that the engine is 450 horsepower. So there's a little bit of discrepancy down here. They tell us that it's 400 horsepower up top. They tell us that it's 450 down at the body, down here. It's a Rezvani built engine. It's got a supercharger. It does 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds. Does have a removable hard top, so that's cool. You get the best of both worlds. You got an open top driving if you want it. Here's those unique Sidewinder doors. They tell us that it gives you even more available space with exiting. And let's see. There's purpose-built seats, right? Optional carbon fiber. These seats are probably no different than the regular Beast seats. Here's that close ratio 6-speed manual. And they're letting us know that on the Alpha, the Beast Alpha, you can get a sequential automatic gearbox if you want it. They're still talking about those high-intensity headlights. The exhaust exit is totally different, and they let us know that it's got a very muscular and exhilarating exhaust note. Here they're talking about the race-inspired gauge cluster we know. They're talking about some carbon fiber construction. It says the Beast Alpha's body is made entirely of carbon fiber. So I'm kind of getting lost because that one says it weighs more. So I guess it's still all carbon fiber, but it's 500 pounds more. So there's some discrepancy in some of the stuff they have written down. Here's some more discrepancy. Here it says 500 horsepower. So at the very top it says 400 horsepower. In the middle of the page it says 450 horsepower. And at the bottom of the page it says 500 horsepower. All carbon fiber body. So some of the information is a little bit off. Some of it's a little bit off right on the manufacturer's website. But some of the things we do know. 6-speed manual gearbox. And there's an optional automatic. And it has the same specs in terms of length, width, and wheelbase, respectively, more or less. Okay, let's move on, take a look at the Blackbird real fast, and then we'll take a look at all the gallery pictures. Okay, so here's the Beast Alpha Blackbird. It looks pretty hot. This is the one that I said is more closely related to, an Audi R8. This is going to be your daily driver one if you really wanted to drive one. And this one, yeah, it says the name's been inspired by the Lockheed SR-71 Blackbird. That's a fighter jet, if you don't know. 0 to 60, 2.9 seconds, 700 horsepower. It, too, weighs 2,150 pounds. 2.5-liter turbo engine this time, not supercharged, turbocharged engine this time. $325,000 price tag to match. We'll check out the gallery in a few. There's a nice shot of the car. Here's another nice shot of the car from the back. Here's that Rezvani built racing engine, 700 horsepower. It's got a Cosworth ECU Carrillo Racing Forge pistons, rods, cams, valve springs. Yeah, it's a real serious engine, although they use the same picture for every one. Whatever. 0 to 60, 2.9 seconds. They also say the engine also has a low cost of ownership and service. How cool is that? You get a really awesome, super fast car, and it's not going to break the bank like a Bugatti Veyron or something like that. It's got a removable hardtop, Sidewinder doors we already know about. They call them the trademark Sidewinder doors. It's got purpose-built seats, which you can make with optional carbon fiber fitments, close ratio 6-speed manual gearbox. You can put the available automatic gearbox on this one as well if you want. High-intensity LED headlights. Beautiful back end. Number one, that back end is hot. It's got dual exhaust tips, although I only see one center outlet. So that's what I said. I don't think they're up on. You know what, Rezvani? I'm happy to work on your website for you. I can do that. Let me know. You guys need some work on this website because I don't think that's a dual exhaust tip. It looks like the exhaust tip on the other one. Let me write some of your words for you. We can do a better job. Anyway, here's a racing-inspired the cluster, carbon fiber construction. Right, it's all good. Detail specs, they got this one right. 700 horsepower. It's got that Cosworth engine, carbon fiber body. They all have the same specs in terms of length, width, and wheelbase. So yeah, there you go. Now, let's go take a look at these, at all the images. They do have a beautiful galleries for all of these vehicles. Rezvani certainly got that part right as far as the gallery is concerned. So let's go start here at the Beast. Take a look at the gallery for the Beast. We kind of looked at a few of the photos in the intro, but let's actually get into the photos real fast because they're gorgeous. All right, let's go through these. Yeah, there we go. There's a nice shot of the car, and I guess I won't give any commentary. We'll just kind of fly through these real fast because really we're just looking at the design and the looks. So yeah, there's that center exhaust outlet up top there. The Roadster looks pretty hot. Look how it flips up in the black. The little clamshell door. Beautiful interior leather wrap dash. Surely an aftermarket stereo, but it's cool. You know, it's cool. This is a bespoke car. Yep, made in California. This one's number 4. They're all plaqued and numbered. Rare, buddy. The racing seats, they have a unique look on them. I drive one all day. You got the quilted leather floor mats. I mean, come on. It's pretty hot sauce up in here. That one's beautiful in red. Love it. Looks good. This guy surely is having fun. I wonder who that is. Is that the owner of Rezvani, perhaps? Is that the CEO of Rezvani driving it out there? Could be. All right, we've seen all those photos. Let's move on. Check out the Alpha. Okay, so this is the Rezvani Beast Alpha. This is the cheapest one. This one's the cheapest one. What was the price on this one? I think it was like $229,000 for the Alpha. This one's $229,000. There's a race gauge cluster. There's those unique sidewinder doors. I don't see a dual. Well, this one doesn't have a dual exhaust. This looks like a one center exhaust outlet right here. Love the rear diffuser though. Gorgeous. Straight looks like a race car. This thing. It is pretty hot, and I guess it does kind of look very kind of Lotus Elise from the back. Kind of looks a little Lotus Elise from the back, I guess. Yeah, nice car. You got a real high center door. You got a real wide door sill to climb over, like old C4 Corvettes, right? Like an old C4 Corvette. Yeah, looks good in there. I think I like the Blackbird though. This one looks kind of sleek and sexy though. This one's down and dirty. You know, this is your cheap one at 229 and the least amount of horsepower at 400 horsepower. Ooh, they got the gold lining under the engine. Because why? Because it's the best conductor of heat, the gold. Wow. Yep, they're spending money. The last time I saw that was the original McLaren F1. The original McLaren F1 from the 90s had that on its on the trunk as well. I do remember that. I watched a documentary on it or something. Very sexy. Okay, let's go check out the Blackbird. All right, here's the Blackbird. Looks pretty good, right? With the name that's reminiscent of the Lockheed SR-71 Blackbird. I guess it only comes in black unless you want to talk to them about getting another color. This is the one that's compared to the Audi R8 in terms of, you know, this is a daily driver or a Porsche 911. This is your daily driver right here. Beast Alpha X. See, that's the name that they had before. Beast Alpha X. Remember in the beginning I said, oh, there was 4 configurations or 4 trim levels. And there was a Beast Alpha X. I guess they just changed the nomenclature. So they've been playing around with different names. Oh, let's see if there's that dual exhaust. I don't see the dual exhaust. Unless it's sitting right up top here and we can't see it. It looks like the exhaust exits here. That's what I'm saying. There's some discrepancy in the words that they have on their website. And you know what? I'm going to email them. I'm going to contact them right after I do this video, right after I get done recording this. Before I even put this video up, I'm going to contact Rezvani and say, hey, why don't you send me one of these cars so I can do a walk-around review? And B, why don't you let me be the webmaster for your website so that way we can make sure all the data is together. I'm going to go ahead and send that email. I don't suspect that we'll hear back from them, but who cares? I'm going to do it anyway. Okay, so there it is. That's the Rezvani Beast. They don't actually give a model year, so I guess it's 2020 Rezvani Beast. So you got the Beast Alpha, and the Beast Alpha Blackbird. Either way, they're all 3 of them are very, very, very hot cars. All right, so yeah, a viewer who asked me to do the Rezvani Tank also asked me to do the Rezvani Beast. Thank you very much, dude. You're totally awesome. These cars weren't even on my radar. I hadn't even seen them before. They're awesome. They're totally awesome. Based out of California, bespoke. You know what? If I had the cash, I'd certainly go ahead and buy one of these for sure. For Sure. All right, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. If you found this features and configurations review helpful, informative, or entertaining, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Other than that, I'm going to tell you to have a wonderful day, and I will see you on the very next video.